Hello, it's me. I'm here. It's time. Time for something. What are we gonna get up to today in Wacky Catland? Whoops, wait a minute, it's not time yet. I forgot something important. I forgot to turn on my web camera. My link to the virtual. You know, that thing. Arguably required. It's probably fine now. Here we are. Let's see how things go today. In the realm Reborn. Last time, the last thing we did was Sistasha. We did a variety of things last time. Currently, our orders are to report back to Baderon, and also we have an archer quest to do. But there's a few other things I have in mind as well. Such as waiting in line. Today's stream might be a little bit more low-key. And by low-key, I think what I mean mostly is like I'm less likely to go all in on voice acting. Maybe other things? It's important to log out your character in bed. In the inn, I mean, so that they can have a nice rest. And hey, who's this friend? I looked at what minions existed in this game yesterday, and I discovered that this one's an affordable one. This is Sucro's new friend. I have named her Parka. If you do the hand over emote to a weatherproof Gala Cat minion, it will eat a treat out of your hand, and it's very good. But regardless, let us adventure into the great oaken door, I suppose. First thing I want to do is check something. Assuming I can remember how to get to the entrance of Sistasha on the overworld. We talked to a group of adventurers outside that dungeon last time. I don't think they will still be there, but I am curious to know if they will. So, the question is, no, I did not attune to anything helpful. So that means, how do I get back to the ferry? I think it was on the other level. Probably. I need to get back to Aleport in order to check something. I'm pretty sure there's an aetheryte in Aleport as well. But it looks like I didn't attune to it. Foolishly. It's easy to forget to attune to rock. Is it just right here? It sure is. Costa del Sol is also an option from this ferry, but we won't have to go there for a while. I'm not super looking forward to that place. This time I will remember to attune. I'm thinking about it actively. I'm looking at the crystal in the distance. I'm going towards the crystal. I'm going to poke the crystal. I'm getting close to the crystal. I'm targeting the crystal. I'm activating the crystal. There. It's done. I didn't talk to the Chocobo Keep either. That's a little bit less important, but anyways, Sastasha is straight ahead, I suppose. Ah, they're not here. That group of 4 adventurers seems to have disappeared. Hopefully they're doing well. Who knows what they could possibly be up to. Another thing I have in mind that I would like to do there was something I passed by in Ul'dah yesterday when trying to find the Rising questline. And I remembered what it is and that I should do it now. Hello, well-heeled youth. What could possibly be going on over here? It could happen to you. Do be careful with those. Break anything and I shall be forced to deduct it from your salary. Beg pardon? What's my loyal manservant carrying? Why, a not-so-small fortune in prizes ably won by yours truly in the Gold Saucer. You have heard of the Gold Saucer? Nay, ye gads, woman, you might at least try to keep up with the times. It's only the Sultanate's newest and finest place of entertainment. Thrill to the sight of majestic birds roaring down the straits at the chocobo races. Pit your wits against your peers at the triple triad tables. At the Gold Saucer one can do all this and more. And if you know what you're about, you'll walk out a wealthier woman than you entered. If there's a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading, I've never heard of it. Did I mention the prizes? Ah, but I dare say you'd rather discover them for yourself. Yes, I'll wager you're wondering just how in Thal's good name you can experience the wonders of the Gold Saucer firsthand. Am I right? Or am I right? I thought as much. Since this has been my lucky day, I don't see why it shouldn't be yours too. I just so happen to have a spare golden airship ticket, you see. Consider it a gift from me to you, milady. Just show the ticket to the fine lady over at the landing, and you'll have a seat on the next airship bound for revelry and riches. Be fairly warned, though, you may expect no mercy from me should our paths cross at the triple triad tables. Not so much as anons. Haha. So the Gold Saucer exists in this game. And I thought I would like to unlock it now rather than later. Mostly this is because I realized I will be needing MGP shortly. I think I need to go this way. I don't know how much time I'll be spending in the gold saucer, naturally, but I do have a ticket. Get ready for everyone's favorite music. Everyone loves to hear it on loop forever. I forgot there was a cutscene for flying to it. Sucrose seems afraid of it from that one shot. Understandable, I think. Get ready for this theme to be in your brains forever. The camera pan here makes this look like a dungeon intro for a second, which is, well, now Sucrose seems to be enjoying it. It's a fancy place. Hello. Yeah, they make it seem like a dungeon intro for the for that intro video a little bit. It happened to me. Welcome to the place where the rich people made the casino, and I have to participate in it in order to buy a car later. That will make sense to somebody. Gold Saucer's okay in this game, I think. Basically, it has its own thing going on. What's this about? Welcome, honored guest, to the Manderville Gold Saucer, where your wildest dreams are ever but a card or chocobo's beak away from coming true. Nothing would please us more than to give you a full tour of our establishment that you might enjoy its wonders to the fullest. It's our custom to offer our esteemed patrons a complimentary gift straight from the vaults of our illustrious proprietor himself. Consider it Lord Manderville's way of personally thanking you for your patronage. Should you wish to take the tour, pray proceed to the main counter and speak with the receptionist. On behalf of the management, may I take this opportunity to thank you for choosing the Gold Saucer. Rest assured, my colleagues and I will spare no effort in seeing that your visit is a pleasant and profitable one. May fortune smile upon you. See, I say I have to do this to win a car. Which is true, because the Final Fantasy XIV, I mean, well, yeah, that part is kind of accurate, technically. The Final Fantasy XV collaboration thing is coming back. And also, you can get the car from it for 200,000 Manderville Gold Saucer points, or MGP. Is the saucer full of milk? No. Well, hang on. Hold on for one moment. No, there is no milk here. There is grape juice and orange juice. That song sounds familiar. Anyways. Is that, God, I don't remember what that song is. Anyway, time to go around and learn about the gold saucer. This is the main counter where we can purchase tickets for the mini Cactbot, acquire and redeem Manderville gold saucer points, and much more. But what in the world are Manderville gold saucer points, I hear you cry? A most astute question, and one which I shall only be too happy to answer. But first, if I may direct your gaze to your lefts. Beyond those majestic gates, you will find Chocobo Square, home to the Chocobo Racing Circuit. What Chocobo owner has not dreamed of pitting their fleetest bird against the realm's finest in a pulse-quickening dash for fame and fortune? Truly, it is the sport of sultans. I forget how good or bad Chocobo racing is in this game, to be truthful. I didn't do it a lot, and I don't have a Chocobo yet, so I can't really even check it out right now. I can look at it, I can't do it. Should you desire a more elaborate contest of strategy, you'll surely find it in the Minion Square, at the Lord of Verminion tables, where would-be generals pit armies of minions against one another in battles for honor and glory. Lord of Verminion's okay, I don't think anyone plays it anymore. I don't think anyone really played it when it came out. Ah yes, MGP. The currency by which dreams are bought and sold within these halls. My associate here beside me can tell you more, including how to go about acquiring some MGP of your very own. Pray speak with him to continue your tour. I like how out of place Sucro looks here, in her country getup. So you're about to experience the wonders of the gold saucer for the first time. How I envy you. Before you venture forth, you'll want to exchange a share of your gil for MGP, a service which is my great honor to provide. I don't have that much gil. With MGP in your coin purse, you'll be able to enjoy all the fabulous attractions we have to offer, all of the wonderful games. If you play them with skill, you'll find your little stack of points increasing 10, 20, even 100-fold. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, because it does take a while with most ways you do it. Now that you know the fundamentals, you're ready to step out into the floor of the gold saucer. Your tour will continue at Card Square to the southwest. The card trader there will be your guide. I would of course be happy to exchange some of your gil for MGP before you venture on. While my associates and I strive to leave nothing unexplained, there truly is no substitute for first-hand experience, and I heartily recommend trying your hand at our many amusements for yourself. This song will be forever embedded. I'm gonna do Mini Cactbot first. Guess the value of the covered numbers to win it big. If I remember correctly, there is some strategy. Oh, I need MGP for this. Good thing I was just given MGP for this. Voucher. I've done decently at this before. Select 3 numbers. The ideal is to get a 2, a 3, and a 1. So we want to hunt for those. No. No. So now we can't get that. So we want the next best thing, which is a high number. Most likely. Okay. Now we select a line. So that adds up to... Oh boy, it's time for math. That's 20, so that's 306. That's not terrible. Or we could gamble that this is like 978. Or that this is 978. Wow. Gambling. 36. That was a bad one, but it was still a profit. You get 3 of these every day. So we try to find where thing is at. We assess what we have right now, and then we take a guess. Not terrible. Park is getting up to some shenanigans up there. Well, also not terrible, but nothing great here. Hooray! It was kind of a bust, but that's fine. Now I have a little bit more MGP to work with. While we're here, we can see the wonderful things that we can, oh right, you can only exchange for them if you have less than 500. We can see the sort of things you can exchange for. There's also periodic events that occur here. That's the wrong person. What am I doing? I'm looking for the prize claim. There they are. So, we have various weaponry. You can get world-famous Bloodsword here, if you so choose. It's just here. It is only, well, it's not entirely aesthetic, but it's mostly aesthetic. You can get, say, a big axe. Why not? You can get a big sword. Why not? Various things are here for you. What does the bow look like? Oh yeah, that's not bad. It's an alright little bow. There's a staff called the Heartless. Why doesn't this game have a Keyblade in it, honestly? I used the Mind Breaker here as the White Mage staff for a while. This song also sounds familiar. You can also get FFXIV's gear over here. You can get bunny suits, various other clothing, giant pig head. And there's also a second list of prizes, which include a lot of, let's not look at that outfit right now. Include a lot of very gaudy weapon skins, basically. And some other ones. You can get a stick. A wooden katana, if you want. Why not? Yep, Final Fantasy XIV is canon to Nier and Nier Automata. It doesn't really have anything to do with what we're looking at right now, but it will eventually be relevant. You can also get fashion accessories here, and emotes, minions, hairstyles, music, that sort of thing. Anywho, what do you want over here? Ah, right. Mahjong is also here. You can play Mahjong. I don't know how to play Mahjong at all. And there's also a thing called the Fashion Report, which is important to me. But I'll deal with that later. That might be something I do off camera. I am not sure. I bet if I played Mahjong, it would be very funny because I would have no idea what the hell is going on. Ever. So, we're told to go to the card square. Where the heck is that again? Oh, it's over there. Earth is Shiverstar, that's true. Or rather, Shiverstar is Earth. in the far future when we all die but Kirby's okay. Thank God for Kirby being okay, I guess. Hey. Aren't you just the sweetest thing? I'm a cat. Welcome to the Card Square, home of the Triple Triad tables. Triple Triad is Triple Triad. It's from Final Fantasy VIII. You can play it in this one too. It's great, maybe. Tension, cards. Woo. I'm not the biggest fan of Triple Triad. It's okay. I guess. Yeah, it's not too bad to find people for raids if you're just looking for random people. If you're hoping to build a group of like people you actually know, that would be more difficult. As far as seeing all of those effects goes, you can disable the effects of other players in order to reduce the visual overstimulation. I think I needed to do this to be able to use Triple Triad cards to add them to a collection. So it was important to go here, because we will get more of these eventually. But I don't really want to try Triple Triad right now. So we'll just continue wandering around the gold saucer. You know, I might as well unlock everything. I dressed precisely as I was told, to receive such a dreadful score, not to mention the humiliating criticism. Huh. You wish to know what's bothering me? That's well, for I wish to unburden myself. I've been having a frustrating time with the fashion report, the challenge they recently introduced. Yes, I, who can play any game here blindfolded and spun around, struggle with it. To be fair to myself, though, it has a subjective element. If you have a mind for fashion, perhaps you'd like to try your hand at the challenge. Go to Wonder Square and seek out Masked Rose. Be warned, the barbs on that man's tongue have barbs on their tongues. I can tell you that if you only have your visual effects on, it helps a lot with the visual stimulation. But also I can tell you from the one near raid that I have done in the past that there are a lot of things happening in those. Yoko Taro likes to have bullets on the screen. This is the thing that he likes. Every little thing she does is mahjong is the quest title, I guess. How dare they claim it wasn't a proper Yaku? Don't they know a winning hand when they see one? I don't. What do you want? I'm afraid you found me in a rather foul mood. I've had a run of poor luck with that new game, mahjong. Famously new, and not old, mahjong. Newest craze to hit the streets. I hear it's all the rage in Doma. Although it seems the Gold Saucer's clientele struggle to wrap their feeble minds around its intricacies. With the endless supply of shameless cheats and bumbling novices, I've yet to find a decent opponent. Perhaps you'd provide me with more of a challenge. Some fresh meat could be just what I need. Run along to the Manderville tables and get yourself acquainted with the basics, would you? Oh boy. Oh boy. I know that mahjong involves tiles, and you need the right ones and not the wrong ones. You need the good tiles. Also, I can buy a hairstyle here for very cheap for some reason. Why not, I suppose. I don't know what this is, but I might as well have it in my options. It is kinda like poker. Sorta. So is this song stuck in your head yet? Are you thinking about it? Hey, what's up? You look lost. Why don't I show you around? It'll be nice to talk to a woman for a change. Paints a good picture of the place. Feast your eyes on the Wonder Square. From gripping games and awe-inspiring attractions to the finest in fine dining and the freshest of refreshments, there's no end to the wonders housed within these halls. Let's not forget the most wondrous of them all, El Colosso, as we lovingly call our mammoth cactar mascot, is the star of some of our most popular events. You won't want to miss them. I know what you're thinking. With everything going on at the Gold Saucer, how can I ever hope to keep up? But you needn't worry. My fellow gatekeepers and I will always be on hand to see that you don't miss a thing. See, gate is like a fate event, but with a G because it's the Gold Saucer, and it's a different word also if you change those letters that way. It's a funny thing, you see. For the continuation of your tour, I've been instructed to direct you into the waiting arms of my calling Veleda at the Cactpot board. She's one of our most popular girls, and once you meet her, I'm sure you'll understand why. Ta-ta for now. Nobody here wears pants. There are no pants in the uniform, and it's a little bit bothersome to me specifically. But I'll manage. While we're here... Wait, what's a boutique vendor? What? Ah, fashion supplies. Okay. So, Masked Rose, what's your deal? Probably that you have a mask. That's part of it. A new challenger has come to put our stylistic sensibilities to the test. Welcome to the fashion report, good madam. Ah. What? Is everything quite alright? Wait, I don't know who this is. I think this is a character I'm supposed to know by the time this was introduced. I don't know who this is at all. I didn't remember who this... I fear you're mistaken. Well, I'm flattered that you should confuse me with the greatest weaver the realm has ever seen. Oh, okay. I am Masked Rose, another kind. And if that was an attempt to flatter your way to my good graces, nice try, madam, but not even the Sultana herself can expect special treatment here. I believe this is your first time participating in the fashion report. Allow me to explain the concept and the rules. Fashion is a form of self-expression. What we wear without is a reflection of who we are within. Be it a conscious effort or no, this choice brings our individuality to the fore. Some folk are drawn to vibrant colors, others may favor a loose fit for comfort. And while 'tis well and good to dress to one's preferences, a man cannot prefer that which he does not know. The world of fashion is vast and at times daunting. But if we have the courage to take a step into the unknown, we may discover wonderful new ways of self-expression we'd never considered. And 'tis for no other reason than to encourage folk to take that first step that I created this challenge, the Fashion Report. The rules are simple. I shall assign you a theme, based upon which you are to attire yourself to the best of your sensibilities. I shall then judge you and award you a score. Participating is free, and there's a host of fabulous prizes to be won, courtesy of Manderville and Manderville. If you wish to know the finer points of the game, my lovely assistant Kasumi shall attend you. I look forward to giving you my unadulterated, brutally honest evaluation of your fashion sense. Steel yourself and let me know when you're ready to undertake the challenge. Now there's like a 95.8% chance, arbitrary pose emote, that I will not have the correct fashion for this report. But it'd be funny if I did, so let's see what happens if I just do it. The realm's problems can wait till tomorrow. For today, we dress like heroes and heroines. Yep. I think you're able to look at this from a menu somewhere. The judging period's yet to begin. Oh, okay. The current theme is Hidden Trinkets. Winter Wonderland in sheep's clothing in the fold and jewels of red in these specific slots. I played Genshin Impact for a while and I don't remember it being as gay as you were describing. But I haven't played it in a bit. I didn't finish the Leeway chapter. Because I liked the Mondstadt part a lot. Because Venti is funny. And then in Leeway it was like, hey, do you think about capitalism and bureaucracy? And do you think that they're fun? And look at this guy that everyone thinks is great, but you don't like? Who's the main guy? That's a very good description of everything that I just gave. I didn't like Leeway very much. And then I sort of ran out of things to do in that game before they added more, and I haven't gone back to it yet. Don't remember it being that gay, though. There were a lot of anime boys. I remember that part. Sometimes there were even anime girls. Genshin Impact's an okay game in my estimation. In the end. Hello, Valeda. Drinking water is normal. You should do it if you haven't. There you are, I've been waiting for you. I'm Valeda, and I'd like to personally welcome you to the event square. The most spacious of all of the areas in the Gold Saucer, Event Square is a veritable cornucopia of pleasure and delight. Doubtless the sizable stage in the middle of the square has caught your eye. That's the scene of some of our most sensational attractions, so don't be shy about taking center stage. And after the curtain has fallen, why not try changing your life forever? At the Jumbo Cactpot, all you need is a handful of MGP and a head full of dreams. Just choose 4 numbers and cast your hopes to the heavens. You never know just when Naimea will smile down upon you. I did not get any impression whatsoever of Jean being trans when I played Genshin Impact. She wasn't exactly in focus, and I didn't do her personal story a bit because I didn't get there, I think. But I didn't get that impression. As much as I've enjoyed getting to know you, I'm afraid it's time for us to part. Go to Round Square for the next part of the tour. I didn't get either of those impressions, frankly. I might just not trust people enough to, make characters that are those things. The subtitles? Anyway. Might as well buy a lottery ticket while we're here. What shall our number be? What number speaks to me today? You can also just pick random. Oh. I guess I see what you mean. I think those are just tight pants. Anyway. 5823. that's a number. Oh, right, you have to pick another one. 8146. I guess you can buy a third one. All of one. Just one. Regardless, now that I know what you mean, I still don't think I got that impression. Oh dear. I believe at this point I would like to ask that you do not go into too much detail about these zones that you've inspected. Something that has developed over time and has become more prominent since the last time I streamed regularly was that I'm basically extremely traumatized by anything in the realm of something that can be remotely connected to sexual. And I've had a great deal of problems related to this, because that kind of covers most of, like, all of humanity. And so I'd appreciate it if we avoid talking about that sort of stuff too much on the stream. Because my trauma covers, like, a lot of... Anyways. Let's talk about Final Fantasy XIV. What am I supposed to be doing? And it's okay, you didn't know all of that stuff. And I've not really figured out a good way to put, like, in the Twitch chat rules not to talk about that sort of thing. I don't know how to phrase that in terms of chat rule notice. Interesting, the clearing out the chat button doesn't seem to do anything to the stream chat that I'm seeing. But that's fine. Keep it PG might work, except I swear a lot, so not really. That wouldn't be accurate. Because I say the word fuck often, and I'm only allowed to say that like once every 3 hours if it's PG. So, no, swearing is fine. I'm just saying that that's not what PG is. Maybe. I think that guy had a similar outfit to me a little. Are you the first-time visitor I was told to expect? 1,000 welcomes to the gold saucer and 1,000 welcomes to the round square. How can a square be round, you ask? I'm not sure I understand the question. Now see, if I say PG-13... that's not restrictive enough on the things that I would like to restrict for my own mental health. Because you can go a distance with PG-13 from what I know. Moving on to more important matters, is that lofty peak not a sight to behold? That's Mount Corel, the main attraction here in Round Square. Imagine having a casino where the main attraction is a pile of rocks, but no, there's more to it than that. One of our most thrilling events pits our customers against each other in a challenge to see who can most swiftly scale its heights. The view from the summit is a sight to behold. That concludes your tour of the Gold Saucer. I'm sure you're eager to start enjoying yourself. Do not forget to return to the main counter and claim your complimentary gift. Hey, it's okay. Don't be too down on yourself. I've never played this game with enough, like, people who were in the same place that I could deliberately go with a group of everyone that I knew. What I'm saying is that I use the duty finder a lot and just end up with random people. And I think that's probably the intentional thing, is that that'll happen often. I trust you've come away from the tour with a greater appreciation of all that the Gold Saucer has to offer. It is my great pleasure to offer you a complimentary gift from the personal vaults of our esteemed proprietor. Well, knock me down with the chocobo's tail feathers. That a new customer, I see. I could hardly have picked a better time to drop in for an impromptu inspection. Who's this guy? Master Roland. Yes, this lady here has but this moment completed her introductory tour. I don't remember this character at all. Is that so? Allow me to personally welcome you to the Gold Saucer. I'm Roland, good madam, the fellow entrusted with overseeing the daily affairs of this fine establishment. On behalf of our esteemed proprietor, a great man if ever there was one. You're an adventurer, yes? Aye, your dress and bearing told me as much. I dare say, then, that on your travels you've seen firsthand the difficulties which yet plague our nation. Not extensively, yet in character. Witnessed the struggles of Alamigo's displaced masses? Nope, not yet. And those whose homes were consumed in the fires of the calamity? Maybe a little bit. The Sultanate is not unsympathetic to their plight, of course, yet how can one begin to provide succor to such countless multitudes? I'm sure there's a lot of political statements you could make at this current time. One man had an answer. Godbert Manderville had a dream of a house of untold wonders that would provide stable employment and lodgings to the displaced, mirth and merriment to the disconsolate, and prosperity and plenty to the Sultanate at large. To many of our patrons, the Gold Saucer is merely Eorzea's foremost entertainment venue, a place to forget about their cares for the day. To me, it is one of the founding stones upon which our realm will be rebuilt. A miracle wrought by the hand of the greatest man I've ever known. Something tells me that you understand that which I've told you, that you, perchance, share a similar dream, but I shall keep you no longer. The Gold Saucer and all its wonders await you, friend. Pray enjoy them to your heart's content. Till we meet again, may the spinner's pull ever be kind. Personally, my opinion of Godbert Manderville is that he's a terrible man. At least in some ways. Not a fan of that guy. Oh, that's not money ticket. That's just a free play it. Things that cost nothing. I'll get to that later. Well, I guess I should unlock Mahjong while I'm here. Mahjong. As I said, I know nothing about Mahjong. And yeah, that outfit that guy had on was based on the Amano art of Setzer from Final Fantasy VI, and you can get that outfit yourself in this game from this location for the currency of this location. Oh, it's up. Right. Verticality. You can even dye the outfit to make it more outrageous if you use a metallic dye and make it very shiny. Hello? Listen, I'll have the money ready by next week, I swear. I'm a cat. Oh, you're not a debt collector? What a pleasant surprise. In that case, you must be here to learn how to play Doman Mahjong. I am the resident tutor at your service. Are you by any chance familiar with the game? Oh dear. Neither of these are correct, but I'll go with the one that I know, that means I know less. Kami forfend, is that what passes for entertainment in Eorzea? Perhaps all these rumors about pirates and their drunken antics are true. Anyway, Mahjong is a far gentler affair. 4 players sit around a table collecting tiles and scoring points. Thankfully, you'll find there's no shortage of opponents against whom to pit your wits. If you prefer, you can even practice against automata. They gloat less than their flesh and blood counterparts, too. Should you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me, and may I say I will be very interested to see how quickly you rise through the ranks here at the Gold Saucer. Unfortunately, for this lady, I'm not going to be doing Mahjong right now. Also, that's part of the duty finder, which is funny. So, as I have said repeatedly, I know nothing about Mahjong, and I don't really feel like stressing myself out by knowing nothing about Mahjong right now. So I guess that means we're done here. I guess I will go do the archery quest to catch a poacher. I guess I can just make the Twitch chat rules say something like keep it PG but swearing is okay. I don't know why it was so difficult for me to come to that conclusion. And finally we escaped the Gold Saucer theme. I'm glad that my Gala cat is weatherproof because it's raining. What's up at the Archery Guilds? Someone whose guild name abbreviation is ASS in all caps, surrounded by colons as if it was an emote. Great. Guildmaster Lucien wants you to go to Buscarun's Druthers. Whatever that means. You come at a good time, Sucro. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buscarun's Druthers out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscaron himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with a gang of poachers. I would have the 3 of you meet with him and investigate his claims. The 3 of us? You mean Sucro, myself, and... It would be better if I went alone, Lucien. The Mikote and the other one. Nice covering for your dialogue being applicable to everybody, Silver. But I'm also a cat. The other one will only encumber me. No, Silver, you will go as 3. Also, it's past time you recognize Sucro as a fellow archer. I will not. I have held my tongue on the matter of her continued presence here, but I will bend no further. Who in the 7 hells do you think you are? Bowlord Lewin? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a quiverman anymore. That may be, but I've shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Wow! What a rude man. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough! But one more word and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The 3 of you will go to Buscarun's Druthers in the South Shroud. Now, out of my sight. I also realized that if I had the chat rule to keep things PG, this game itself would break it repeatedly. In ways which we have yet to encounter, and some ways in which we have already encountered. Probably. But that's just how it is in this world. Right, I can't go directly to the South Shroud. Unless I have a teleport there. Does Twitch even display chat rules every time? Or only like sometimes? Yeah, that's the East Shroud. Could I go to the South Shroud from here? I haven't been there at all. I need to reassess the map. Well, that's central. Old Gridania. Do I have to go there from Central Shroud? Yes, I do. Gotcha. Yeah, Leeway was full of a lot of characters I didn't care for. Here's a good mount in this game that exists, which is a flying bed that you can sleep on while you're flying. This person is currently just resting here, but that's fine. I would enjoy having that one. Though I do associate myself slightly less with sleep as a concept than I did when I first played this game. Or last played this game, I should say. Because I don't want to be tired all the time. So this weatherproof Gala cat, huh? Gonna have its cat butt in the screen all the time. I guess this is a decision that I've made, apparently. It's a pretty cute cat. We'll see if I decide to have it around at all times. I forget if you're allowed to have a chocobo and a Gala cat summoned, or a minion summoned at the same time. I think previously you were not, but they may have changed that at some point. You may be able to have both of those things. And then, of course, if you're a summoner, there's also the summoner pet to take into account. I'm not exactly sure how that works either. I'm not likely to ever try summoner. I tried it for like 5 seconds once. Things for the hunting log have reared their heads. So one thing I've done since the previous stream is tried lowering some of the sound effects and whatnot. Because I felt like the sound effects were too loud, and I also felt like my fan and my controller were too loud, but nobody has these complaints except for me. But I've done the best I can to address my own concerns, I suppose. This antelope has used the move Stampede on me. I don't know if you can do that when there's only one of you attacking me. I think a stampede by definition requires more than one individual. I suppose I could be wrong. That person has a unicorn. That means that they play healer, or did play healer. Ah. A rat move. That's fair. The fan is currently set to low. So if it's still audible, then there's nothing I can do. And this microphone that I have now is supposed to be fancier than the one I had before. I suppose there might be settings I can mess with. But I also worry overmuch about audio. It is a constant concern for me. Okay, antelope doe hunting log complete. Here we are at Buscaroon's druthers, whatever a druther is. And here we have Buscaroon. Buscaron. Perhaps. Hey, what's up? I heard about poachers. Ah, you lot must be from the Archers Guild. Welcome, friends. Now, as your guildmaster will have said, I put in a request for some keen-eyed archers to help me track down a gang of poachers that have been plaguing these parts. Ah, druther is a preference, okay. If I may, it is not uncommon to find poachers in this region. While regrettable, neither the God's Quiver nor the Wood Whalers deem them worthy of attention. Why, then, did you imagine them worthy of ours? Don't be a jerk, Silver. 'Cause these ain't no common poachers, they're Pawa Mujuk's gang. Dots. They say she and hers are always moving, staying one step ahead, but I reckon she's hiding out here somewhere. Thing is, I can't just send my people out searching. I made a pact with the Red Belly Bandits, see? We stay out of their territory and they don't make no trouble at the druthers. That being so, if I summoned up the massed ranks of the Whalers and the Quivermen, all seven hells would swiftly break loose. Assuming they thought the matter worthy of their attention, of course. Needless to say, that's not an option. As luck would have it, though, I've got 3 keen-eyed archers to take care of things instead, and all without raising no alarms. We understand. You may leave the matter to us. Leah, Sucro, split up and scour the area for any sign of the poachers. Should you discover anything, return here and wait. We will reconvene to compare our findings ere long. Go. Nod. Guess we're still taking orders from this jerk. Hey, it stopped raining in the 2 seconds that I was inside. Yeah, I want up on the wall. I got up on the wall. As cat, it's my duty to climb. Anyways. Thought I saw a hunting log mark. Well, here's an arrow that's labeled as a poacher's arrow somehow, and we know this. That is one clue. One piece of mystery resolved. Iron leg trap. Two pieces of mystery. And where is the third? No, I don't want to fight. I just want to look around. MMOs, why? Nothing under the bridge. I don't want to fight. I'm just a cat. The question is, did I miss it or is it hiding? Both of these things are true, probably. The red circle on the mini-map just barely goes up there, so it's probably up there in the I don't want to fight this zone. because this game would do something like that. I could also be missing something that's obvious. This is something that happens sometimes. Oh, now you don't want to fight. Now you want to fight. Okay, I guess it's not up here. This is probably just a case of me failing to be observant in the way that I am required to be observant. Is it over here? I cannot go over here. This is not real. Is it over here somewhere? Ah, there it is. But also I'm being shot at by plants. Oh, they move. Oh, there's another one there. Am I going to have to fight something? Oh, that was just out of the range, okay. Anyway. Oh, now it's not. What an irritating piece of local flora you are. Well, I've gathered some clues. Time to wait. Let's see how Leah and Sylvar are doing. An iron leg trap and a poacher's arrow. These are both evidence of illegal activity, but nothing that will help us find Pawa. And these mead bottles are but old refuse from before the Druthers was even built. They have no connection to the gang. What do you know of this Pawa woman, Sylvar? I know that she's the most infamous poacher to ever walk the Twelveswood. A born leader, deadly with the bow, she formed her own gang of Mikote hunters. She was apprehended once and would have been brought to justice had she not tricked a foolish young sentry into releasing her before vanishing without a trace. Is that so? Gee, I wonder who that could be. In any case, we've scoured the area and found nothing. How do we know that this Pawa was ever even here? I say we inform the God's Quiver and the Wood Whalers, taking care not to implicate Buskaran, and leave the rest to them. This doesn't concern the Archers Guild. It concerns Gridania, Leah. Leia? I don't notice it. Pawa Mujuk is a savage and utterly amoral poacher whose actions, however indirectly, threaten the city's well-being. But what would a vagrant like you know of duty to one's homeland? No more than she, I suspect. How dare you? And you, Sucro, say something. I'm a cat. Now's not the time for this. Very well. We'll return to the matter at hand. Mayhap we should take a second look at the clues we've gathered. Look all you want. Though the trap and the arrow we found suggest poaching, there's nothing remotely unusual about them. What do you think we should examine, Sucro? Well, obviously the mead bottles, then. Gotta take a closer look at those. Can't just dismiss these outright. Why are you still carrying that rubbish? I told you, those bottles predate the Druthers. They have no connection with this matter. But if these bottles are so old, why do they retain the scent of mead? They must surely have been opened recently. Wait, before the calamity, Buskaran once served as a sentry. Yet even then, he sometimes spoke of owning his own tavern, and it was an open secret that he was brewing his own private stock. Some survived. Of course! Bhaskaron's Scar, his old lookout post. It may not be Pawa Mujuk, but we must investigate it once. I'm a cat really does seem to be the correct response in most of these scenarios. Ladders don't exist, by the way. You cannot climb this ladder. Ladders aren't real. Awoo! I've been commanded to awoo by the whims of the channel point. Faint footprints. Can I examine them without engaging in combat? Yes. Except examining them makes me engage in combat, so not exactly. Any signs? Look, the ground is covered in Mikote footprints. The tracks are fresh, very fresh. I'll wager the bandits were alerted to our coming and fled. Else they're hiding near... Take cover! Eh? There I was thinking I caught ourselves some of the meddling bloody masqueraders. Pen upwards, it's a cat. Not that I'm complaining, hiding your face downright bloody rude when you ain't being introduced. Speaking of ill manners, don't you know it ain't decent to barge your way into a lady's bedchamber without knocking? Ma'am, this is a destroyed house in the woods. You would lecture us on manners? Truly, I've heard it all. They have us outnumbered. We'd best split up. The leader's mine. I'll try to isolate her from her litter. Silver, Sucro, I leave the rest to you two. As you will. Hi, I'm a cat. You're also cats. We can't be friends. You must die. Oops, I accidentally put my weapon away. Torpala, get the bastards! Focus on my target, Sucro. We can take them down faster if we work together. Oh, right. Okay, fine. You just used an AoE. You don't have a single target, you dingus. I saw that. Don't let them get away! Where's the healer? There's the healer. Don't let you get away. We cannot allow that conjurer to draw this out. Yep. Don't worry, she's dead. Bloody hell, so why won't you two die? 'Cause I'm the protagonist. I mean, what? I'm a cat, that's what I mean. Sucro doesn't know she's a protagonist yet. No problem. Maybe the leader died somewhere. I don't know. We weren't really paying attention to that. Was that the last of them? Have you seen Aliapo? With me, Sucro. She shoot. She miss. She shoot. She hit. Oh god. That was a piss poor showing, sister. You call yourself a keeper? A hunter with no fangs ain't nothing but prey. No! Ah. Your bow got shot with an arrow. That's not where arrows go in a bow. I don't know if they're actually sisters, or if she's just calling her that because they're both keepers of the moon. Oh, bugger, looks like playtime's over. Be seeing ya, sister. We'll see. They don't look anything like each other, for one. They have different surnames, for two. I don't remember the Keeper of the Moon naming conventions, for three. Hey, you doing okay there? You got shot. Maybe your bow was shot. I don't know. I was no match for her. So it was Pawa Mujuk after all. Buskaran must be informed. Roger that. I'm a cat. I don't remember if Peloton and Sprint stack, but I can play a flute on occasion. Hey, it was... 7 hells, they were at my old post and they drank my old mead. That stings most of all. 'Tis past time for the proper authorities to be informed. I'll send messages to the wood whalers in God's Quiver. Red belly bandits won't like it one bit, but I'll see they're told exactly who the military is after. I only hope it'll be enough. Of course, Pawa Mujuk's no fool. Now she knows she's been spotted, she'll break camp and be long gone by the time the next bell sounds. The trail won't stay fresh long, neither. Anyway, you've done me a great kindness, friends. Tell Luciana I appreciate the help. Wait, what was the they? Oh, they do stack, right? You said they do, and I immediately forgot what you were even referring to, because I forgot my own words. By the way, Chocobo player. What if I wander over that ways and get the etherite? I don't feel faster with both of these on. I did accidentally auto-run somehow, and I don't even know what button I have that on. Let's just casually wander over here to Quarry Mill, a town that surely has nothing important in it. Just kidding. But I don't think I can do anything here yet. Unless that might just be leave quests for Quarry Mill being available. Gee, I wonder why there could possibly be so many dang people here. Yeah, that is the lead meat. Don't think I can do any of this stuff. Nope, they just tell me to go away. Okay. Chief Fiddle. I also do not recognize this music. Turns out I don't recognize very much music. I always forget I can go to the archers guilds. Welcome back, Sucro. Silver tells me you encountered Pawa Mojuk. No Gridanian could fail to recognize that name, so oft has it been spoken, and with such bitterness. I fear we lack the strength to face her ourselves. This is a matter for the God's Quiver and Wood Whalers. That you confronted her and survived is a testament to your growing mastery of our art, and I was surprised to note that Leah and Silver were not at loggerheads upon their return. I presume we owe this unnatural state of affairs to your calming influence? I'm a cat. No, modest to the last. Truly, your every deed bespeaks of a clarity of vision far beyond your years. I'm like 25, probably. I implored you to share that perspective with your peers and help them to grow into better, wiser archers. As you go forth and temper your skills in battle, know that we always look forward to your return. There's no canonical age for the Warrior of Light in this game, I think. None of these things are good except for the money and the bow. I am 22 in terms of level, not in terms of age. My bow has upgraded. Anyway, it's probably pirates, I guess, for the next quest. Back on task we go. Whether or not we want to. I mean, I could do other things, but it would be kind of silly. I don't remember what they said KO's age was. Oh, they said it was between something and something. Something to something else. It was a recurring joke. It was on his birthday cake. I don't remember the exact numbers. 9 to 12? Something like that. I really ought to go pick up all the other individual etherite shards within the cities at some point. Ah, 6 to 11 years old. Hey, wait a minute. That showed up on my stream, but not in the stream chat that I am witnessing. Oh, there it goes. Sometimes my Streamlabs program is a little bit sluggish in some regards. Yeah, I do like that joke. That's a good joke. I enjoyed that show. For the most part. Hey, Baderon. Guy. I did the thing a long time ago now. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship has already sailed, friend. I'm a cat! Hi. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Sestasha? I'm a cat. It would seem that the ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbor, none the worse for its voyage. A pity, we dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You are right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we've attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep. That's not at all words. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Hey, you're missing 1 DPS for your light party. There's only 3 of you. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feats of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for and you will reach higher. Thank you, Dolorous Bear, for your random inspirational speech. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. My goal is to stream more often. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, milady. Hey, shoutouts to Dolorous Bear. I forgot about this guy, and he seems like a nice guy with a nice little message to pass on. Back then, are ye? With all your limbs and a tale to tell, I'll wager. I'm a cat. Fishbacks? And there I was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate school or 3. 7 L's. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and the scaly bastards have shut up shop on your bleeding doorstep. Still, sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they was planning on feeding themselves to the fauna of Sestasha, of course. And they wrote all's well that ends well. On behalf of Limsa, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for no more than that. I bet you're dying for a rest, but just in case you're not, I was wondering if you might be interested in taking on another job. Just so happens I've had a request from our sister guild in Gridania, see? Seems the forest folk are in need of a venturer who can get things done. For them to ask for help like this, you can bet the task won't be skip through a sunny glade. But after the way you dealt with our fishback infestation, I doubt it's anything you can't handle. Give us a shout when you're ready and I'll lay it out for you. I've already been to Gridania, so I do know who I'm going to be sent to, at least. Party finder unlocked. You can now find a party. Ah, so you're the Sucro I've been hearing so much about. Well, yeah, we met. It is a pleasure indeed to finally meet you in the flesh. The name's Baderon, and this is the most hospitable of hostelries is the Drowning Wench. It is a place where adventurers like yourself can gather to rest up, listen to the latest gossip, and take on any task that need doing. I think this is just the default dialogue, because the quest dialogue didn't load yet. Sure is. There we go. Ready to hear about that job then. Like I said, the request comes from our sister guild in Gridania. That's all I know. Whatever it is you got asked to do, I somehow doubt it'll pose any trouble for adventurers as survive the bedlam in Sestasha. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to have words with Mother Mion, me counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. Okay, let's go back to Gridania again, I guess. Down to 77 Aetherite tickets. How will I live in this world? I can only teleport freely 76 more times. Hello, welcome. Now these are some names I can relate to. Ah, and dead on the ground. That's a mood. Alright. Take a seat wherever you like, friend. Our waitress will come to take your... Oh, it's you, Sucro. It is so good to see you again. What's that? Here at Baderon's suggestion, you say? The foul-mouthed rogue sends word to me that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. This makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I'll brief you. First, I will eat a fish, because I keep forgetting to do that. Ah, this'll be tam-tara Deepcroft then, won't it? Ready for that briefing? Good. Here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting, Mion, but our need grows ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward? Oh, hey, it's you again. And good evening to you too, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey hasn't been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we have a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Nice to see you again, Bowlord. What if is it very good at speaking. Well, if it isn't our very own woman for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Sucro. My thanks for answering the call. Now time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish for you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Beneath the central shroud, there lies an underground burial site called the tam-tara Deepcroft. The place was once a Gelmoran settlement, but we Gridanians have long interred our dead there. Of late, however, shadowy figures have been skulking about the Deepcroft, and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to our own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the Ixal at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They probed every elm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I'd like. The situation so being, we have no other choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Sucro? Nod. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will apprise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. You have no idea that it's doing that already. And I'm a cat also. Hello. Time for tam-tara Deepcroft, regular type, because there's more than one and we'll see it way later in the game. Everyone's favorite dungeon, tam-tara Deepcroft. Which is to say, I think people memed this one more than Sastasha, or at least as much as Sastasha. I don't think it's well liked. Say what? Oh, the crystal. Right, yes. Crystal is rock. Maybe I need a crystal to think for me. Best path down there probably isn't through the river, Sucro, but you know, that's fine. I need to find an excuse to roleplay a character with a southern accent in a tabletop RPG setting. But in the current RPG that I'm in, nowhere is southern that I know of. Sucro does like to splash. That's true, probably. There is a splash emote that I could buy for $5 to let her splash. Here we are back at the tam-tara deep croft again. Hey, it's them. It's those fellows. And also those fellows. There's many fellows and individuals. Think of our goals, sister. One day our adventures will be the stuff of song, and it'll all be worth it. Gods, I hate mausoleums. It's not right to disturb the dead in their slumber. So we meet again. I cannot say I'm surprised to see you here. You took the prize back in Limsa, but this time we'll give you a better sport, or I am no true adventurer. Oh, do you guys all fucking die? Is that why you showed up? What about you? Childish curiosity prompted me to commit the most elementary of blunders. Were it not for the fruit that Alian found, my adventures may well have ended in this forbidding place. A woo! A woo has been redeemed. A woo. Always look before you leap. In my haste, this most fundamental rule of adventuring slipped my mind. I do believe I shall rest here a while. I shudder to think of what might have happened to Isildar had I not thought to pick the fruit I stumbled across on the way here. Sometimes he has too much vigor for his own good. Age is supposed to mellow us, but if anything, it's made him more impetuous. I understand his desire to make use of the time left to him, but one misstep and there won't be any. Lots of fairly dire things happening around these parts. Is there anyone else that I want to be seeing around here? Or do they only show up afterwards? Doesn't look like there's anyone out here. Well, I guess it's time for the second main dungeon of the game. You're Sucrofunk, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bow Lord's already informed you, but your task is to enter the Deep Croft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you're unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity put an end to the Sixth Astral Era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon Dalamud for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. So they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Savior, and it's now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deep Croft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. And so, tam-tara is available. Perhaps before we do that, I can access it from the duty finder. And also there's a roulette for that. But before we do that, I did not get the aetherite at the gold saucer. I'm gonna go do that. I was just gonna go there and make that music in the background while I stepped away for a moment because I thought it would be fun to put the hell music on. But I didn't even touch the crystal. You gotta touch the crystal. You have to poke the rock. I'm surprised that I'm so bad at forgetting to do that. I am, of course, assuming that I will still be allowed to use the airship. It's not entirely impossible that I can't go back there, which would be silly. You must poke the crystal. It is important. There. I have poked the crystal. Now, she said, I will be right back. Hello. I have returned. It's time to get in line for crypt time, I suppose. Let's see how long it takes to get into the tam-tara deep craft. While we're here, I'd like to ask all of you a question. How do you all feel about virtual form over here in the corner? Does this face add to your experience? Does it detract from it? Is it neutral? Do you care? I am curious. Oh yeah, there's fall damage in this game, but not really in the Gold Saucer. Weak. Oh man. I see. Seems overall positive. I guess this is my kind of aesthetic, or at least one of them. I was just like, what can I do to become virtual? Time to be vaguely weird. Time to be spooky ghost, I guess. And so it was. I was just feeling vaguely doubtful is all. I wish it were a more powerful virtual form. I have arm tracking technology, but it barely functions, so I don't even bother. And of course, this is a fairly basic construction, using technologies available for low impact, I guess. Anyway, tam-tara. Speaking of vaguely spooky, and hopefully also the audio balance is a little bit better this time. Nobody complained about it last time except for me. But still. Oh, the tank doesn't have tank stance on. Uh-oh. Do paladins even have tank stance at this? I mean, gladiators, do they have that at this point? I hope so, but I don't know if they do. All tanks get it at 10. Okay. Yeah, the healer is getting The healer is getting a little uppity at the tank for not having stance on. Is currently the dungeon drama that's happening behind the curtain. That's the true horror of Tam-tara Deep Crop. Actually, one could argue that this is thematically appropriate for this dungeon. In a sense. The healer is now performing the Manderville amidst combat, for fear of drawing aggro. Presumably they are hoping to let the tank perish. They healed me. I'm sure this will go well. Clearly the tank is contributing to the atmosphere and the storytelling of the game by, and the healer as well, by demonstrating poor party coordination, which will become relevant at some point in the future. And yeah, the tank does have a few free company buffs on. I think they just put on the stance, or they used Rampart. I saw an effect. No, that was definitely Rampart. I just saw it fall off. Oh boy. Now the healer is sprinting ahead, and the Arcanist is disconnecting. Probably on purpose. Oh, they have it on? Oh yeah, they do. They do. Well, I am the only DPS now. Enjoy. I'd be more confident in the amount which I had this were I of a higher item level, perhaps. As is, I'm supposed to be here. I'm not, like, far above this dungeon. It seems to be going okay. I am the most fashionable one here. So I do have that advantage. And I do vaguely know what I'm doing, though I forgot to use Raging Strikes at any point. It's not really worth it anymore. There we go. This is actually good for me. The healer left. Even though we have tank stance on now. Ah, there we go. We have a new healer. Arcanist is still MIA. At least it's the second dungeon. Tank stance or no, I seem to have taken all of the aggro. I have concerns. There was no need to do that, I just wanted to. Yeah. That's what... that tracks, if I remember correctly. It's difficult, I believe, especially for a gladiator to get a lot of enemies. Oh, the healer... this new healer is trying to help, offering suggestions and advice. This new healer is the MVP. I believe they're a mentor as well. That explains some things. They might have shown up here through the mentor roulette. We seem to be doing alright. Oh right, belts are still in this game. I don't need this one though. This tank definitely seems like a new player. The Arcanist has fallen off of the internet at this point. This dungeon has much more drama inherent in it than the previous one. I say that like these mechanics are... I say that like people falling out of the world and getting mad at each other is part of the dungeon on purpose. Staring directly into the camera, which is actually means staring to my right. Ah, the Arcanist is back. They didn't disconnect on purpose. They merely have a slight bit of an internet trouble. My faith is mildly redeemed in these individuals. An Acolyte's skirt, which I also do not need. Ah, there she is. I got goggles. I'm not gonna put them on because it'll compromise my fashion. I'm very smart. I'll do that afterwards. When I'm allowed to change the thing. I leveled up. I did use Raging Strikes that time. And it was even in time to affect the Venomous Bite that I tagged this individual with. Optimal. You may have also noticed, if you're paying super close attention to my hotbars, that I added things I don't have yet in advance. Because you're allowed to do that, and I figured it would make it easier for the future. Oh, I forgot to reapply this. Oh yeah, I could try stunning thing. Wait, no, I don't have headshot yet. Oh, that's actually okay for me. I guess I got it. Yeah, I don't have head graze yet, so I can't actually stun those out of that, I don't think. I do have leg graze and foot graze, but heavy and bind aren't particularly helpful. Oh, the Arcanist fell away again. Oh no. Well, we shall proceed onward, I guess. There we go. It wouldn't let me target the other one for a second. I'm playing by the assumption that it is still better to apply the damage over time to individual creatures in a pack before switching to AoE. At least if there's a small enough number of creatures. Because I believe that was true of Bard during Heavensward being the latest expansion. Which is my experience with Bard. I have not really played them since. And I'm not Bard yet either, so... I'm also forgetting to do that half the time. It seems that the white mage is doing this. Because you can see that arrow is applied to several enemies in a group. So I think that's a good sign, most likely. Another good sign is when someone starts jumping constantly. That's how you know you can trust somebody. Seems we are ignoring that previous room. suppose. Just seems like internet trouble, but... Hooray! We should probably let them get never mind. Oh, they got here. Never mind. It's weird seeing this cutscene. I'm used to skipping it. Oh yeah, I have a focus target button. I'd forgotten about this until this moment. Hooray! Level up. Squid destroyed. Poof. Sukro still looks angry when she does joy. Oh, there's head graze. Don't really need any of this. Oh, everyone left. I can only commend the tank, who I believe did his best. I got a commendation. Probably from the tank, because I was the only person who didn't leave immediately. Sucro's first commendation. Aww. And here we are back exactly where we started. I guess this is what happens when you don't, dungeon correctly. There. I guess there's not a cutscene for this one, but we do need to go back there. Where is this again? Because there is stuff outside of Tam-tara that I need to look at. I thought we would go back there, but that was my mistake. Like, I mean, I thought we would go back there automatically. There it is. There should be things outside of this place. Right? No? Did I miss my chance by, like, not being out here immediately? Or do they show up, like, where I need to go, actually? This is a little important, but not that important. Hopefully they are just at where Mione is. Oh yeah, the Carline Canopy. That's the name of the place I was trying to think of. Hopefully they're just there. Actually, you might have to see a cutscene with them there. Wait, when did I get a pair of brand new boots? When did I get better boots? Oh, did I just never equip these? I guess not. Wild. Oh, a free company invite from someone I've never heard of in my life. Nope. Ah. No longer laying on the floor, are we? Sprinting away at high speeds, are we? I just wanted to check their guild in more detail. Understood. Anyways. It would seem they're not just here, so I think a cutscene will occur. Welcome back, Sucro. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deep Croft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Beau Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say, it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we're hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate the point. Ever's gone, and it's all your fault. If you hadn't taken an age to heal him, he'd still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten his burden. Bah, to the hills with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I ever see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. And by the way of some parting advice, get rid of Aver's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hells you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. Just get rid of it, alright? Wait, don't leave me alone, please. I'm so sorry, Aver. Please forgive me. Remember them from outside Sestasha? Remember when you thought they would be a funny joke about how sometimes parties in MMOs don't go very well? Do you remember? Scenes like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for adventures of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much at any rate. Speaking of missions, I would entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Ul'dah. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you're nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word, and I'll be glad to share the details with you. Nod. I wonder if that poor, ill-fated adventuring party will ever be relevant again. Surely they're just a one-off scene to illustrate a point and set a tone. Right? A pleasure to see you return. How fare you on your adventures? You've come quite far since you first walked through these doors, unknown and untested. Hardly a day goes by that I don't hear your name on the lips of one of our patrons. That was new dialogue, but it wasn't the quest dialogue. So you're not averse to taking a little trip? Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Ul'dah. Once you arrive, seek out Momodi, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her of the Sultanate's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you into the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you'll pull through unscathed. Off you go, Sucro, and good luck! It is once again time to go to Ulta. Now I only have 71 Aetheryte tickets left. What am I going to do? It's probably fine. This is a bot. Almost certainly. With a name like Ovzev, you're most likely not real. Your designated purpose is probably to sell Gil for real money. Or to win PvP. Such is the state of things in Eorzea. That door isn't real either. That door is also a bot. Alright, weird normal quicksand. What's up today? Welcome to the quicksand, friend. I'm a tad busy right now, if you wouldn't mind showing yourself to... Judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for your ale. Are you called Sucro Funk by any chance? Leon sent word that you'd be reporting for duty. She also made a point in calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Let's wait a moment before we talk business, because otherwise you'll give me a generic line of dialogue for whatever reason. Into a copper hell. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. I don't know why I've decided Momodi is Irish, but it still persists. Gods almighty! Another second under that sun and I would have been set afire! A tanker of ale if you'd be so kind. Small man. Excellent timing, Papa Sean. Just so happens the adventurer who will be handing your petition is here. I'm a cat. So this winsome lass is the much-lauded adventurer, is she? Marvelous, marvelous. Pleasure to make your acquaintance, milady. I'm Papa Sean, formerly of the Sultan Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to apprise Sucro of her mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Almagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperbell Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hecatoncheires. Many eyeballs. Fearsome creatures who were sealed deep within the deepest depths of the mines during the bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they've managed to break through the layer of rock which seemed to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestors, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Thorn dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used the Hecatoncheires to work their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hecatoncheires, our ancestors induced the collapse of the mine's lowermost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well, now that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperbell in the Mythroi a fortnight or so ago. Hi, Isa. I love you too. It said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rise in demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dug a bit too deep and freed the giants. Gods, to think that poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. It's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that makes them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperbell so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. Nod. Gods bless you. I feared you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, copperbell mines are in western Thunderland. Do take care, you hear? And one last thing before you depart. An employee of Magina & Sons is presently at the quicksand. Fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows copperbell mines well. Maybe he will move you to seek his counsel. Hello. Welcome. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him. So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperbell, are you? You got guts, miss. Just hope you got the skills to go with them, 'cause things ain't pretty down there. This Hecatonchery has left the place in the right state, and nary a week after mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperbell was old when the Second Old Dynasty was still young. It was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for the rebuilding effort, the concern would never have thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could possibly survive being buried under a mountain's worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. The miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. Stone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nations resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Right then. I just double-taked because Ronald McDonald passed through my screen for a second. Or someone not unlike the clown. Anyways. So, western Thunderland, you say? That'd be to the west, I reckon. Have I mentioned before that I'm, like... my speech patterns are very easily influenced by things? Because they are. So if I just start suddenly talking like that, that's why. I absorb speech a little bit. This is also why I'm likely to say things like must needs if I play this game for any amount of time. See you later, thanks for stopping by. I've said it on occasion, but I don't know where. Anyway, we haven't been to Thunderland yet on Sucro. I've probably started talking like you to some degree. Glad they have accessibility here, a little bit. Well, not really, because this ramp isn't exactly wide enough for anything. But yeah, welcome to Thunderland. Cactars are here. It's odd for Cactars to be level 3, but... yeah, accessible for very narrow wheelchairs only. Would seem to be the case. Like, there I go saying twould seem to be the case, like it was normal. What's your deal about? Ah. Thank you for the bits. I wonder if I should label the pachinko thing so people know that bits go there. I wonder if I should start a donation incentive for something. Not that I have anything that I want. Really. I mean, I'm vaguely thinking about maybe I might want to upgrade my computer sometime in the future. But I don't need that desperately enough to have a donation incentive for it. Or like a donation tracker, I mean. Maybe I should find a way to convince myself that I don't need to make money in order to provide value to society. Funny to say that sort of thing near Ulda, but so it is. This is a pretty nice region. Like, as far as, like, desert-like regions go in video games, I like this one, I think. By the way, Hellsguard Rogadins have names such as these. Here we have Drunken Stag and Torrid Whisper as NPCs. That's just the kind of names people have sometimes. And Stone Torch. Also one of them. There's been an incident inside Copperbell Mines. We are here to ensure that its effects are contained. For your own safety, I suggest you stay well away from here. You're the adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hecka giants? I didn't think that Papa Shan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come outside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. Dungeon 3, quickly on the heels of the second. Copperbell Mines. Do you ever just read the location of a video game like it was a racetrack in Diddy Kong Racing and TT was announcing it? Do you ever just think about that? Copperbell Mines. You have little stage select music in the background. Sometimes I think like this. Bombs are here. Classics of Final Fantasy. Goblins are here. Not classics of Final Fantasy, but quite the guys. Get a load of this face. Hey, no, get a load of this face, I said. Look at this guy. He's quite the guy. His friend is being destroyed behind him, but he does not care. If you think Mario racing with himself 3 times over is bad, in Mario Kart Tour phone game, they probably have at least one other Mario that we don't know about. There's Mario, there's Baby Mario, there's Metal Mario, there's Gold Mario, there might be Dr. Mario by now. Soon there'll be like Archaeologist Mario that appeared in one advert in the 80s or 90s. In one country. I think that was a thing. That's also true, you can have everybody be Mario. It's a me, everybody! It's a me, Legion! Oh dear. That would have been what Super Mario 128 was, I suppose. I don't know what you mean by Darkspine's Mario or Excalibur Mario, but I am intrigued. How come there isn't a game where you can just play as small Mario? Like, separate from Baby Mario and regular Mario, just small Mario. That would be very funny to me if they did that. It's a me, but smaller. Or you could always have Hotel Mario, the voice I can reliably do for some reason. Or at least get close to imitating. Some things never leave you. For me, one of these things is the Hotel Mario voice, apparently. For better or worse. Bombs? Wait, was the bomb asleep because it was nighttime? That's a mechanic? Yeah, I've been doing the Hotel Mario voice for ages. God. I don't know why, it's just fun. But... there's probably some other voices I can do. Waiting for copperbell mines. It's gonna take at least 4 more minutes according to the queue. But we don't know if that's accurate. There's a cat. There's always a cat on the screen in this stream. 2 of them, in fact, most of the time. If you pet the weatherproof Gala cat, it does a flip. If you do the hand over emote to it, it eats out of your hand. Sometimes I wonder if I should make effort to change my voice more, but I think it's probably in a pretty good spot. One benefit of having changed it some from where it used to be is that I can do more silly voices, probably. I can still go down into a lower, sillier voice. I can't really do that many silly higher up voices. Wah, I'm being called cute in the chat. That's not fair. That ain't fair to me. A woo. A woo got redeemed. I got a woo now. Arbitrarily turning southern, because I ain't got no opportunities to do that most times. I wish I could. I find the key to doing voices is often subtlety. Unless you're doing Hotel Mario, and then the key is just Hotel Mario. Or if you're doing a ridiculous voice on purpose, like whenever I tried to be Papalimo in this game so far. Because his voice is kind of absurd at the start of the game. Sometimes I feel like I would like my voice to be higher, but I think it's actually probably fine the way it is. Sometimes I can almost do 720 flips before I hit the ground. Oh man. Come on, Sucro. When do we get a skateboard mount? Oh, that was like a 12. Oh well. Well, we can admire Thunderland while we're here. I believe... oh, well, there we go. I believe is all I have to say to make the queue appear. You have to believe in the wait. There's a chocobo up there. I wonder if anybody has named their character Dunban over there in this game. I bet they have. Welcome to the Copperbell Mines. You have to have a mines dungeon in your RPG. You have to have a dancing Lalafell in your RPG. If it's this one. One thing that disappoints me a little bit about the early dungeons is they have all these weird little unique dungeon themes that are just short, like, intros that don't last very long. And then they segue into the regular combat music after it does. I don't think I agree with calling Arum Vale a swamp. It's a gross pit, but maybe not a swamp to me. And yeah, I think I agree. Copperbell Mines is kind of jank in a way that is a little endearing if you think about it. Everyone onto the lift. Yo, Snow! The Scholar's Ferry didn't get on board. That'll probably be fine. Yep, there she is. They? There they are. I don't remember if the Scholar Fae is gendered. That almost sounded like a rhyme, but it wasn't intentional that time. I know that Fae that appeared later in the game are all they, them by default. But I don't remember if the Scholar Fairy has pronouns or not. I feel like the Scholar Fairies are she, her. But it's been a while since I did a Scholar quest. I wonder if I should try Healer again. That would be something. I did have a vague thought of what if I changed my job class with every expansion? Because canonically, well, not really canonically, but that's what they like to do with the cutscene Warrior of Light character that exists. You can be 5'3" at 8.5 years old. I don't have any idea how height works. I'm 5'7" and I feel frustratingly average. Not tall or short enough to be endearingly so. Just kind of existing height-wise. Suprofunk here is exactly 5 feet tall, due to cats are small. haven't really encountered the jank of Copperbell yet. It's just kind of existed so far. I forgot that it took this long to get there, honestly. Forget to pick up the fire sand. Sometimes I wonder why so many people are tall. That's because I feel short compared to a lot of people that I know. Can't activate TNT. Yay. Love to be in a place called the Screaming Dart. Yeah, this kind of is a bit of a fighting polygon team, isn't it? Versus Brigand Team and Giant Donkey Kong. It's always Giant Donkey Kong. Wait, this does actually end with Giant Donkey Kong, doesn't it? Kind of. I think? You might be right. I might be right. We might be right. There's a bomb also. But just one. What if the last Spider DLC they reveal for Smash Bros. Ultimate is fighting Polygon Team as a playable character who, like, emulates all of the other movesets in some way? Smash Bros. Is lacking a Mimic fighter. I've said this ages ago before as well, I believe. I don't think I'm stealing your idea. I think we might be stealing each other's ideas. That's a little bit of a Giant Donkey Kong right here. Kirby is a Mimic special move path. That's it. I don't actually know what Robo-Kai does. I know that he's a robot of Kai. He's gay. Probably. You'd make their moveset from everyone in the roster? That would be a nightmare for the team of developers. Clearly, it should just be randomly chosen from every possible move in the roster every match, without any input from the player, because that would be entirely reasonable. No, it wouldn't. Oh, these are ghosts you don't technically need to fight? Oh. Yeah, that happens sometimes in dungeons in this game. Even in the later ones, probably. I love the scholar's idle animation for having their weapon drawn where they just start reading their book. It's very good. I believe summoners have the same one because they also use the book. Ghosts just can't enter the elevator at all. It's kind of funny. I also just like that the ghosts look like this. Whatever this is, that's what they look like. I can accept the next class/job quest. We don't have enough fire sand yet. Oops. I should have been doing this the whole time between fights, just so we can move a little bit faster. Wait, we still don't have the fire sand? Uh-oh. Oh, we found some. There we go. To remember to use this. It's an important part of being ranged DPS is that you make everyone move slightly faster outside of combat. Oh, this is a gimmick boss, though. This do be a gimmick. There's not really a lot that I can do. Per se. I'll just cheer for it, clearly. You don't want to kill the blasting caps. You do have to kill the Spriggan. Kill the blasting cap. Oh, kill the blasting cap. Now we're here again. There we go. Lots of tank stuff dropping. Cats love to cause explosions. This is a known fact about all cats. Or at least Sucrofunk. Do you want to know another funny thing about this game to me? Clearing this quest that we're doing right now into a copper hill will allow us to access the Palace of the Dead. There's a little bit of plot related to the Palace of the Dead that does not make sense to happen this early. Palace of the Dead plot should happen after a dungeon that unlocks at level 50. But it can happen now? For some reason? And I'm unsure whether or not it would be wise for me to do that now. Because I don't know if I care about the plot making sense or not. And I do really like Palace of the Dead. And it would be a great way to level up. And leveling up would be a great way to switch to the class that I truly want to be. Which does have unique dialogue for having it before you've done anything in the story, basically. So there's all sorts of ifs, ands, and or buts in this place. In this scenario. Dancer is my favorite class in the game. There is something to be said for trying other ones instead of just beelining for the one that I know I like. So that's also a thing to consider. There is a slightly unique bit of text box in the first Dancer quests if you haven't beaten Titan yet. Dancer unlocks at level 60. Titan is like 37 or something. Because you're either recognized as Titan's Bane or the relevant NPC is just like, huh, you seem interesting. Slaves no more! Free! Free! This boss is also funny because there's mechanics, but you can mostly ignore them. I've almost never seen anyone actually like do everything this fight wants you to do. I mostly just see people shoot this guy until he falls over. Like, there's another enemy now. Who is doing some things. Maybe we should care? It seems like we've decided to care on this day. Incredibly. And we're done! I like how often I've been leveling up at the end of dungeons, meaning that the fanfare gets to play twice immediately. The second time with some extra choir in the back. I'm gonna give the DPS a commendation because they're not likely to get many, but they did fine. That bow is still worse than what I have somehow. Oh, an orchestrion roll. Oh, why not? I don't have any of those. I got a 99 on that roll, I think. I have a habit of bowing at the end of dungeons. Now this faded copy of an orchestrion roll can go onto the ground because I don't care, but... And thus was Copperbell Mines completed. And here we are. Seems to be a fate happening over here. Now here's the thing we haven't done. There's a level sync feature. For if you are too high level for something. You also may have seen an enemy use an ability with an eye over its head a second ago, like that one over there. That one also has an AoE effects cone thing, but if you look away from the attack with the eye, it does nothing to you. That's the secret there. I don't have my AoE attack because I was leveled down for this. And now we go back to Ul'dah once again. Now here's a question. I know that Palace of the Dead is open. Should I do it now? Should I like poke at it now and make things wildly out of order in at least one plot line? Or should I not? I do have another archer quest to do, actually. I should probably do that first. I'm level 26. But I will at least turn this in. Just checking. Again, I could have teleported directly here, but I forgot. I always forget. Commence battle. Okay, I didn't know there was a fight here. Why is there a fight here? Ah, I'm glad. I'm glad that I helped you. Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Actually, let me take a moment since you mentioned that. In this game, in the Dancer quest line, near the end of it, there is a line that one of the NPCs says that's something like, "Your very presence is a mirror by which others can discover their true self." And I just wanted to mention that Because I saw that and I was like, Dancer is just the class for me, isn't it? The story of it kind of resonates with me on a personal level. So, I'm glad that I've helped people. And you're welcome. The Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ul'dah will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shan next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. Nod. Oh, I'm glad to help you too. I'm glad that I've helped so many people. Screaming is happening. Sukro immediately sprints off to help. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine! You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. I remember this guy, vaguely. This guy be a scumbag. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot? You refugees are all the same. Wow, okay. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice cut of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. Time for some people who suck. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. Have I mentioned... Evil laughter. Have I mentioned that Ul'dah sucks yet? I haven't, I don't think. I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Hi, I'm a cat. Please, adventure, help me, I beg of ye. I swear on me mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. Hey, assholes, I'm a cat. And who the hell's are you when you're at home? The dog's master? I'm a cat. I've had enough of this mummer's farce. You lot teach them a lesson. Now everybody's part. Speaking of a farce, I think this plays the wacky FF2 remix here, doesn't it? Oh, hi. Yes, it does. I'll take care of this. The rest of you can watch. There's also a belch in that text box, but I'm not going to acknowledge it any further. Not bad for an adventurer. You haven't even, like, harmed me yet. Should have stopped at the 7th ale. I'm not even flinching. Stop bloody gawping and give me a hand, will ya? Saying bugger multiple times. I never even targeted one of those. They just kind of died incidentally. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Where the hell do you think you're going? I like that they call this guy Obnoxious Merchant. Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Oh, echo headache. Time to pass out in the street. Whoop. And thunk. Be time for a flashback. To a different place in a different time. Back when things were slightly over here instead. I'd swear there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes. Problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it. It was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. Princess of the Ren Fair, you say? I was going for more like a scarecrow farmer kind of look mixed with adventure. I feel like a princess of a Ren Fair would have a more fancy costume. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. But perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does. But I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Politics. Hey, remember how politics aren't in video games or whatever most people are saying? This video game was just having them. That's good English, I just said. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. Yes, the cops and the military. Very good. Great. The heroes who fought the Garlean Empire patrolling the streets for riffraff. It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've got no coin, you've got no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are banned, mind you. Some were able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, get your dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Thunderland. I'm flashing back to like 5 minutes ago. Thank you for your custom, madam. Please come again. Looking around, you'd think Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. But peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. So, Ul'dah, right? Most of the bad shit is because of the rich people who suck, honestly. And also just general bad shit happening everywhere. Ul'dah, not good. Not a good place. Bad place. Some good people, mostly bad people. I'm sure we'll get more of that soon. So we're able to see through the echo that A, politics are happening, and B, this lady definitely did legitimately buy the meat. Madam, are you alright? What? I'm a cat? Huh? Oh, yeah, I'm cat. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? What? Saw her buy that meat, you say? That's absurd! Aye, as did I. Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Damnable vulture? Who said that? It's... somebody. I will overlook this, but just this once. Running away. God's bless ye, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Nod. Ul'dah, the jewel of the desert, is what it's called. But it's like one of those shitty gems that you buy a pack of for like $1 and then you paste them onto your wooden swords and shields that you bought at the aforementioned Ren Fair. to make it look decorative. Case closed. Whomst. Hello again! Oh, hi, Ida. We've been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Britannia. Time for me to do the throat-killing Papalimo voice again. Oh, boy. You discharged your duty as an envoy impeccably, and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers. You've unlocked the Palace of the Dead. I mean, wait, what? But more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if you didn't stand to earn a gil by doing so. You are possessed of all the qualities we seek in an adventure. Of this we are convinced. Even if you were kind of dragged into the business with the dodo meat. Yes, thank you, Ida. Ahem. And then there's the matter of your gift. I dare say you're curious as to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago. We can help you understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. And meeting her is only the beginning, for we'd also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take us up on our offer, and I sincerely hope you will, because it's the next main story questline, and otherwise you won't be doing anything, pray speak with Momodi. The proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She'll tell you where to find us. Wave. Wait a minute, we haven't even told you the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone, except for Momodi. She knows already. Hey, Final Fantasy XIV knowers in the chat. Would you like to return to the Waking Sands? Perhaps? Eh? Anybody want to return to those? Every time I say that, I become aware of how I don't really enunciate the D in the word sands. So I just keep thinking about Megalovania. Because I keep thinking I'm saying Waking Sands and going da-da-da-da in my head. And thus is the way of things. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of gentlemen's woes with the womenfolk from time to time. I think this is Mobodi's just, like, speech if you have picked Ul'dah as your starting town and she's talking to you, and this is just a generic adventureman that she's saying this to. And the joke is that this is the same speech she gives you if you start in Ul'dah. Ah, Sucro. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventure. What gods, it's good to see you safe and well. To look at you, no one never guessed you'd been hard at it with giants of the dark. You're every only adventurer me own said you'd be, Sucro. Station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Ah, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Don't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Oh hey, it's Edda. Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. Did you get rid of that head you were carrying? My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when... I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he'd be like you one day. So, not to throw off the mood too much, but, like, well, I mean, also, I guess this would be relevant to the mood, but the one interaction between Edda and Aver that we see feels fairly abusive from him to her. So the fact that they were gonna be wed's not great either, in my opinion. Just throwing that out there. I believe he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. I feel like that was the abusive nature of it was part of the point, by the way. Like, I don't know. Also, Ed is canonically 16 years old. This is stated in one of the art books. I learned this recently somehow. When I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I'm inspired, just as Aver once was. So I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. I wanted to meet you first, to ask your name. Sucro Funk. I shan't forget. Thank you, Sucro Funk. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. There's a lot of characters in this game who are 16. At least 2 others that I can think of, but they're not involved in abusive relationships that are set to be wed. At least, adventuring can be a cruel bleeding business. Time was I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. Against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post. I'm full glad I did. Feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Sucro. I'm a